With it right here with who I started with me, something like I'm Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 Central Coast mob and suicide. Only arsonist. I step in the booth and cats, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Do me a favor, beautiful Linda Raza. Go ahead and hit that like button one time. I appreciate you guys. People are trickling in right now. Something came across my feed last night, and that was after I did the live with Two Face Fred, man. So shout out to Two Face Fred. He's an original, man. Two Face Fred was in the house last night. He is an original. I don't think he's been given his flowers, but last night, shit, man, we gave him his flowers for 2 hours. We gave him his flowers, and so shout out to Fred, man. It was a great podcast last night. That's the kind of shit that I want to talk about. Shit that is not on the internet. People didn't know about the 831 rap history, who was all there. And Fred was all the way tapped in, all the way tapped in, even though, he wasn't, what's it called? He wasn't banging with the bangers. That means, in those studios where it was all hood and that kind of environment. But Fred was definitely a pioneer of the movement. So we're going to play a diss track right now. We're gonna play a diss track out on this. Hold on. I think this diss track is pretty good, man. This is a pretty good diss track. Let's go ahead and go through the formalities. And what's on the plate this morning? Paletas, infused, moonrock minis, blueberry skunk. Okay. That's what's for desayuno. Thank you, boy. I'm gonna Apple Pay you, okay? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, give me a second. Gracias all the day oneers. Gracias inside everyone in the members only, man. The members only, the backbone of the pinche community. Gracias to all the Chicanos, all the Mexicanos, all the raza. We're here. This is the Raza's platform. Everyone has a seat. Everyone has a voice here. We don't shun anybody. We don't shit on anybody. We don't try to close anyone's mouth or opinion, etc. Everyone has a say so on Chicano Street. No one's getting blocked. No comments. No, none of that shit. Imagine me uh, being the kind of guy that comments affect me, videos affect me. Sticks and stones can break my bones. That shit'll never hurt me, man. But to each his own. Some people quit. It's too much for them. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll get into that a little bit. But I do want to play the diss track that just dropped. But hold on a second, man. Hold on. I'm gonna go through some of the comments too, and let's drop that diss track, man. Hold on. Daniel Berry. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. A day one, and Daniel Berry just stepped in the building. Sports highlights. Who won the Orange Bowl? Wait, who won the Orange Bowl? I think it was Penn State and Notre Dame. Who's the national champion, Cabron? I missed that. I know who the Heisman is, though. That's for sure. That's the cornerback from Colorado. Hold on. My boy Daniel Berry's in the casa. My. American Cholo. Broken garage. That whack 100 kicked down. I don't do my podcast in my garage. You want to call it an ADU? You want to call it a loft? You want to call it a structure? Or you want to call it a garage? It's all the same shit. I don't know why you're trying to argue about technicalities when every fucking one knows you in your backyard, and everyone knows when he knocked and rang on your bell, you got so scared the same night you started shopping for a studio. But I'll hold. Mm. I bought a pull-up bar too, cabrones. Lo voy a instalar hoy. Va a venir el compa to instalarlo hoy. We got to have that core, man, that upper body strength. So I'm gonna start doing that. I don't know. Ryder G's kind of pumping me up, man. Maybe I should do some workout videos. You know what I mean? Ryder G's pumping me up, man. Even though I still don't get why Ryder G made that comment on the 30,000 30,000 firefighters deployed from the correctional training facility, from the Department of Corrections and some. And I don't know why Ryder G had a comment on what it seems to be a positive post. It seemed to be a positive post. But why did Ryder G have to comment on there? That whole place is a 50-50. Oh man, that's just it's crazy, man. And then you have people from out of state, they don't even know what the fuck that means, man. California's a trip, man. Things are a little bit different over here. Just a little bit different. It's not like the movies, I'll tell you that. Well, it's kind of like a American Me, but the blood in, blood out, gente, don't get it twisted. There was so much disrespect on that movie. Alvin would have fit right in because all that shit would have been just kicking off riots left and right. Alvin would have fit right in right there. He would have been kicking off riots como pendejo, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to the diss track. Let's get to the diss track. I want to give a shout out to everyone that's in the diss track. Swifty Blue, ain't never had a negative thing to say about him. Matter of fact, he was on Got Bars episode 2. So shout out to Swifty Blue. And then Compa Raidher, the bars aren't there. Maybe Swifty wrote the bars and he's just trying his hardest to rap on beat, but it's okay. You know what I mean? The guy is a pretty good entertainer, man. He's a pretty good entertainer. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? And then the last one, CJ. Well, you already know what it is, man. CJ, he wanted to run the fade bad with the Banda World, and the Banda World ducked that fade, and that was like fade number 8, 9, or 10 that he ducked last year. You know, the Banda World was a real strong runner up to Pendejo of the Year. There's going to be more categories next year. We'll have Pendejo of the Year again. We'll have Best Crash and Top Moment. I think those are three fundamental, fundamental genres or categories, categories to have. But maybe we'll add to it. Maybe I'll put a poll out there, right? Someone said, Mikey, would you include yourself? Well, yeah, but that would kind of look biased. And what categories? Well, I mean, top moment, or you never know if it's a crash. You know, I'm in a full guerra with someone, and I don't think so, but because to take it there online is not that serious, unless I was clout chasing, you know. Why did you do this? And why did you do that? I'm gonna be screaming at the camera. You know, the camera's like a lens, right? You know, feels weird and shit. You're talking to a lens. But anyways, all right, let's play it. Let's play it. Oh, acknowledge some more real ones that kicked in. Damn, I'm not gonna click on that comment, but he did that. Broken Garage. He actually put a photo, man. Could you believe this fucking dude was such a POS? He put a photo of a minor on his thumbnail, thinking that was okay because he was taking a shot at someone. This individual put a photo of a minor on a thumbnail. Didn't even have enough sense to know how low that is. Didn't have enough sense. Because again, well, I went to juvenile hall 3 times and put a photo of there's so much there. You want to believe it's financial problems? That's all cap. But I'll hold. I'm gonna skip that one, but let me just real recognize real Diablos in the Casa 916. Trip out on the episode last night, man. I was talking about in Salinas back when I was in some of the studios that some of the Salinas rappers were, and people would come through from San Jose, from Sacramento, from Merced, from the Central Valley, Modesto. Back in the day, shit, 90s shit. I talked about it. Fred was there from the beginning. I just wanted to give him his flowers last night, but Diablo's in the casa. Casi the King Corso. White liberal tree huggers fought the California government to stop cutting fire breaks in the mountains. They had to stop cutting fire for a fucking little critter frog, I believe. Yeah, that's what's sad. Common sense goes out the window, fucking Kazi. It goes out the window where the fish is more important than the human. So we can go extinct as the human, We can go extinct, we could starve, we can die. As long as after we're dead and 6 feet in the ground pushing up daisies, the fucking fish is still swimming. But I'll hold. Yeah, that's that ultra progressive shit that we'll talk about when we get Miss Chicano Tube on the podcast. We're talking a lot about it around the elections, to be honest with you, man. You seen this, California had the biggest flip in counties than any other state. And I mean, that they're talking about, analysts are talking about in a 10, 15 year long term could go where California is going to decide who's going to be the president if it totally flips. And then obviously it would be a conservative, because then California would turn conservative. But that would be this momentum for 10, 15 more years. It's not a political, not tonight, cabron. We ain't going to talk no Patrick David bet tonight. We got something we're going to show right now. Ready? Here we go. Hit that like. Do me a favor, gente. Okay, I gotta say this. That track kind of goes, okay, and the banda world, I mean, you're buried already, cabron. That he just you're buried already. I mean, he's just getting more ops every single day. He's buried already, man. You ain't got nothing to come back with, nothing at all. Just keep sitting on your couch, cabron, and eating some chips, because that track kind of goes, man. I want to see what the people say about that one. I think that one kind of slaps. I mean, it is what it is. Tarp says, Compa Raidher is more gusto than Lefty is, in my opinion. You guys remember? So I dropped that video last time. I dropped that clip of MC Gusto just because, it was an analogy that I saw. I said, oh shit, we're talking about really more like studio rappers, right? The only rappers in this, like right here, Compa Raidher. You could tell he's just trying his hardest to rap on beat. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. Cabron, if he's listening. That's what he's trying to do, is just rap on beat, but he did a good job. He did okay. But I guess what they did was, hey, let's go to the store, let's buy everything. Okay, this is the whole music video storyline. Go to the store, buy everything for a spread. Okay, and throw the spread. And the best little move was when Swifty did this little, when he's kind of rocking his elbows in. Okay, that's how you know that that video was a vibe. He's just rocking his elbows in. It's a little move. You know what I mean? These little moves. So I was vibing with it. And Cholo Juan, he's having fun. Okay, that's what Cholo Juan. He's all Cholo Juan wants to do, gente, is live his life, man. Live his best life. That's the vibe you get. That's the vibe you get from Cholo Juan, man. Anyways, Sintacha Tattoos LLC. That's right. Sending blessings. I send it right back to you, man. Especially if you guys are in LA, in the parts that are already going down, man. There's a lot of fires going on, and then now it's crazy. All the videos are coming out que la está prendiendo la gente, not no todas, but que hay gente que after they see that shit, being damaged, they add to it. That was crazy, man. I forgot who shared it on IG, and the guy's just shooting like a Roman candle. They're driving in a truck. They're driving in a truck. The dude's sitting on the back of a truck with like a Roman candle. And the Roman candle is pointed at the brush, like they're at the edge of the tree line on this road. And the guy's going foo, 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 and just launching Roman candle bombas. That was crazy, man. So again, all the theories are out there. Me and Miss Chicano too trip out about 2 videos ago. We went and we talked about it. We felt it was trending so much on online. That's like 2, 3 videos ago. Much love to the rest of this, right? I appreciate you, man. That's right, Calvin. Well, Ventura County, they said, had one of the worst mismanagement of water. Cabron. I know that's not your county way. You're just bullshitting. Chanate with Mikey. They're just bullshitting, but they had one of the worst mismanagement, man. But let's go back to the. I don't want to digress. Way this video right now, Banda World is punching the air. Motherfucker! Shoot, 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 shoot. He's and then they're gonna be on the couch with them next week. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, sometimes it be like that on the internet. It's kind of like politicians. It's crazy. They threw the worst mud in their face. Red, blue, blue, red, boom. Even though, of course, the raza know I'm like, I'm conservative. Okay, don't get that twisted. But they throw mud in their faces. Zoom, 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 zoom. And then the next day, they're taking a picture. The next hour, in front of the city hall, all smiling for a magazine and shit. It's just a game, man. Can you play the game or not? Or your feelings get in the way. You know what I mean? Let's go back to Sintacha, man. Shit, man. I had the tattoo artist last time. This is the first time I ever seen tachas. I heard of what is it called? The numbing cream. Okay. So it was sometime last year. Last year I got bugged out with man, I gotta be the only cabron with a long sleeve shirt on, and everyone else is sin camisetas. That started bugging me out last year. So I started just covering shit up. The reason I'm doing it is not a fad. I'm not claiming to start no trends, but the older cats, when they got tired of it, would just put a big ass peacock on the arm. I mean, you could even hardly tell it was a peacock, but you already know what they were doing. They're probably just covering up the tracks and shit. But, anyways, that's what I said. And now it's just black. Boom. I'm blacking it all out. But when the tattoo artist, she told me, shout out to her, shout out to Bonkers in Salinas, gente. Okay, she's the one that hit up Bonkers Inc. on IG, cabrones. All right, hit her up, man. Hit her up. I've been knowing her since continuation school. You're not gonna believe me when I say this, neither. Continuation school, 8th grade. I want to say it was 8th grade. It could be seventh, and she has a better memory. But she said, "Hey, you want to put on some numbing cream?" I'm like, "What's that?" I didn't even know what that is. And then I actually asked her. I said, "Well, what do you think about that?" She goes, "I would actually wouldn't put it on. I wouldn't want. I would want it to be as natural, clean, natural a surface as possible." But some people, when they start getting blasted, they start crying like a baby and shit. I don't know. That's right, my boy. All right, let's go back to the video, gente. Now remember, uh, oh man, that's crazy. So I forgot they used the whack. What is it called? Ly- uh, Lyrics. So that's why the runner-up was pretty strong on the Pendejo of the Year award because it's what happens. Every conversation is not for everybody. When you start seeing these conversations, you start seeing levels to these people. You shouldn't be in that conversation, man. You should be in another conversation talking about what's for lunch, what's for dinner, or what are we buying at the carniceria. Fire up the disco, grab the plancha, okay? Hire the banda, okay? Grab the carpas, set them up. Bring the toilets, the portable potties. Those are conversations, banda world, that you need to stay in, bro. Because when you start dealing with someone like Whack, you should have already known this individual. For one, he's a professional. Two, he's on a level where he could twist you up if he wanted to twist you up. And guess what? You got twisted up like Twister. You got to be old enough to remember that game, gente. The youngsters don't know about that game, Twister, man. But anyways, HCB chemistry. Oh, Diablo, I commented, my boy. So they added another tier of moderators, super moderator. I think it's called a super moderator. So I made Miss Chicano tube that automatically and reset the rest of the wrenches, and now just handing them out, my boy. So I can't do it because I'm on the phone. But what I do now is I just rewatch it live. It takes a couple seconds. I'm in front of my laptop all damn day, anyways. I gotta just open up a browser, rewatch it live, and just give them to the day oneers, man. You know. But you already know what it is, my boy. That one's coming for sure. Keep doing your thing. We've been doing it, man. That's right. There it is. Boom. Vanessa Tyler says, "What the fuck?" So this is Chicano Tube. If you didn't know what the fuck the channel is, maybe you're new to the channel. Okay. Often there's explicit content, so we don't do these lives for 18 and under. That's for sure. Um, and so this is California. We're the mecca of podcasting. You got to admit it. You know what I mean? Well, we just saw Swifty, Compa Raidher, and CJ. Those are three different cities right there. You got what is it called? Paramount. So that's Paramount, Tia, California, San Fernando, California, and Oxnard, California. Me, Salinas, that's California. Last night, Fred, Soledad, that's California. So maybe you're new to it, but this is what we do over here. You know what I mean? You're only saying that because you're on the 4180 way. You're only saying that because you're on the 4180 and um okay, I Myra said West Coast. He was over there with Alvin. And of course Banda World. So they're on that, right? They would have been right now fighting the fires. Put it like that. They would have been the ones fighting the fires, okay? The lower, like there's no risk to them. Basically, when they're there, you know, and some people go there. I'm not knocking anyone that's gone there. I'm not. I'm not. I've had partners go to those camps, Taft or what is it called? McFarland or something like that, right? Well, we have a CTF. We had the first one, I think, in California, right here, where I'm at, the air I'm breathing right now. We had the first fucking firefighters from anywhere. That's how old it is too. When you pull up to it, it's like a castle. Literally, it's depressing. It's depressing to see. But anyways, all from California. I don't even know how I got to that because you commented, pinche corco. You commented Chique's way. And there was a dude I did a members only that I think Salinas OG in the members only commented on the video, and he was like, I think he knew the family, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know how do they end up here? But they're from Oxnard, but they ended up over here. People have family, an uncle, then they end up living with someone that has an extra little house on the property. But you were raised over there, but then you come to a new area. That dude did not turn down one fade. That dude was game, and he was around nothing but game people. So it was a good game. It was a good game. Cholo Juan is the agua. Riverside wants to test the hands. Is that what he wants to do? I think Riverside wants to test the hands. Gente, no one is a polished boxer. Just keep that in mind, okay? Because the comments are wild after you see a fight, and I keep telling you guys are expecting some kind of high level boxing match. Order that shit on Cinco de Mayo for 79.99, 89.99 last year. But now the prices are gonna start going down now. The economy is gonna get better, but I think it's gonna take about 3 quarters. Anyways, Swifty is damn man. Shit. Where's the paperwork? That's what we always ask here. We are not in the habit on Chicano Street of not providing receipts when they get called upon. So saying something means you got to know it. We want to just keep reiterating that. I'm not saying anything particular to you, my boy. I'm just saying for the general public, just know people want to see the receipts. Unfortunately, in the comment section, it's not like you could drop an IG emoji or a Facebook response, picture. It don't work like that on YouTube. You can't even message someone on YouTube. You got to comment on a video. Hey, get at me. That's why everyone at least has an IG. But Peso went at him, and he was like, he's partying with law enforcement. I don't know how I see about that because that could go both ways. I said that could also be it can be that situation. Someone's working with law enforcement, and it can also be a family situation, like the fucking cousin that didn't get in the streets that went to the Marines. He turned into he went to the boot camp and became an officer. What am I gonna do? He comes over to the barbecue, shit on him all the time. So that's why I really the one sidedness of not seeing it down the middle. I don't know about that shit, man. Some people are extreme both ways. Well, extreme this way and extreme that way. You know what I mean? Can no one just go down the middle of the road? I guess I don't know. Mikey, if I get a hold of you, my brother from a different mother, hell yeah, that's right. Damn. Imagine that interview, cabron. Of course we would do Mazi. Of course we would do Mazi. I got Mazi on the DJ board, cabron. We ain't turning down none of them. Fred last night was talking about Yuck Mouth. Man, Fred last night was talking about some artists that I didn't even know RIP'd, man. I was like getting aguitado. I was like, he passed. He's passed. I must have said that on the live last night like 4 or 5 times, man. He passed. Oh man, it's crazy. Shout out to the ones that are here. You can use the wax situation. Put them in Pulp Fiction. The guy says, "Want more?" Oh man, you know what I use? I do it on because I've had a subscription to Adobe, me and the wife, for like 10 years, nonstop. The Creative Cloud, all of it, the newest upgrades. 10 years. I use Adobe Rush to do little videos like that. Adobe Rush. Rush is just another app they rolled out. My main editing is Premiere. That's always going to be the mother program, but they did Rush for the phones. That way you can edit. So you can do little shit like that. I don't know if I'm ever going to cut someone's head out, but Whack knocked on his door. He got scared, started shopping for a studio, and in the end told 90 less than 90,000 people, I'd rather have a dog than talk to you guys. And blamed it on the money. But we know he started it cloud chasing. He'll be back. He'll be back. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, to all you podcasters, don't ask for an interview with someone if you ain't ready to handle that. If you're not on that level, that's obviously what happened right here. This is cool. I like this track. This track goes, gente. I'm out. Drop the last comments into the night. We'll do a roll call. And the banda world, you ain't got no comebacks for this. Keep sitting on that couch. Keep eating potato chips. Keep ducking fades. That's it, man. That's it. All right. Live on Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. Last comments in. Let's get him in. Risky business. Damn, microphone. The podcast, cabrón. It kind of sounded like they were podcast tripping too. Talking trash is the spot. Something, 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 something. We don't care if you hate. Something like that, right? They're podcast tripping. That's going to be the next level of net banging. Is going to be podcast banging. So there's going to be alliances, right? All of it. Oh man, the YouTube yarda's wild, man. Hit that like though, real quick. Let's read the last comments in of the night, man. So what do you think, Way? Are the people supporting content creator series fighting that way? Yeah, they're supporting it, Way. I haven't crossed that bridge to dump a lot of money into the marketing way. I did a wave of IG and TikTok. There's way more to do. I'm gonna let it work itself. Way any business, it takes about 3 to 5 years to establish a business. Even this is just business principles. You could ask fucking Cardone. You could ask I forgot the rest of the guys, motherfuckers' names. Uh, it takes about 3 to 5 years. So I'm gonna cross that bridge and then pump into it. But it wasn't like, one day to the next, I'm gonna be Oscar de la Hoya. Way, calmate. You know what I mean? But if I made the company for this reason, cabron, content creator series of fighting. The name says it all. You want to pull up? You're gonna pull up to the show. You want to see some shows? Since the people were saying, "Oh, Mikey," you guys were fucking twisting my arm. $15, $20, and you guys were like, "Fuck, Mikey, cálmase, gente." I gifted each fight like 2 or 3 fights just to show, man. I'm with the people, and I bought it myself. And Mile High bought it, and Paradigm had to buy it too, even though he fucking hit me up for a free copy of it. But I'll hold. OG triple OG. Now, if that was the OG triple OG, I'd say this, my boy. I'd say, hey, shoot me a text. Let me know that's you in the comment section. Anytime I see a name and it has that, I say, shoot me a text. Let me know you're in the comment section. Not on one of the party lines, on the main line. He has my main line. Goofy. Oh man, that's why there's the two. Uh That's why there's the two. There's the three. Now you start getting into the 270 buildings. Okay, little fence down the middle, and then 270 they can control it a little bit more, but not the whole corner to corner view yet. My That would definitely be dope. Bay rappers, yeah, yeah, that would be dope, bro. There's crossing that bridge is we. I've already tapped in with Kev Mac videos. I've already tapped in with Alonzo Street TV. I've already tapped in with Big Herc. So the community's already there, man. We're the same mindset. We're hustlers. We're the same mindset. We're hustlers, you know. But like last night, we were talking about mostly just raza, just mostly raza rappers, man. And half of them are RIP, man. I heard some names last night. I was getting a little bit depressed too, man. Like, what? And we were showing the photos, man. What a live, man. Tap in last night for some real rap history. Ruben says, well, you ain't gonna be walking the yarda with it on the Walkman, cabrón. I mean, I'm not I'm not saying that is not going on the 218s. Plexiglass is not, cabrón. People are talking about Kendrick. Would you bump any of those last 2, 3 Kendrick songs on 218s? Oh, konnichiwa. That's right. I said my boy. Hey, you guys, I'm out. Have a good Saturday. I'm gonna keep it pushing in motion. Tap in with the boy. Get a little workout right now. Get my money. I might start recording those shits, man. Who knows, man? Ryder G, man. Don't stop doing those workouts, my boy. Don't stop doing it, man. That's his energy right there. You know what I mean? When in a generation where motherfuckers are in a time where people are faking the funk and trying to photocopy people, you got authentic. Now you guys want to start talking about the street talk. Well, he's this and then that and 50-50 and oh my gosh, man. That shit is funny shit, man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Don't talk about me. Don't talk to me unless it makes money, man. All right. Here it is. The dream match. Always be Mikey. Tire bag on it. My boy. I would actually I wouldn't do that way. I wouldn't do that. You know why? Because they'll spin that shit all kinds of different ways. Imagine how they'll spin that shit, man. You know. But what I would have done was I would have put Tony A when they got so heated that people were talking about moving their podcast table out of the way and running it. I don't know if they said cameras or not. To me, it wouldn't matter. Cameras or not. Matter of fact, with a dude like Alvin, you probably would want to be recording. The sneak moves are there and they've been proven. The sneak moves of, hey, is that your wallet? And the sneak moves of grabbing some keys. Grabbing some keys. These little I ain't gonna lie. I put some brass knuckles on. I was like 12 or 13. I hit something with it. That shit hurt my hand so much. I said, never again. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I keep it a buck. I keep that a buck. The rest of the people have caught it on the chin just from the knuckles. All right, you guys, I'm out. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. I'm out. I'll let you guys go rewatch this one if you're interested in seeing the newest diss track. The Banda World's gonna sit back on his couch, eat some more potato chips, and keep it pushing, I guess. I'm out, you guys. Man, make fun of my dad, bro. Oh man, I ain't got nothing to say about royalty. I ain't got nothing to say about royalty. I mean, I don't even know the guy. That's why I got nothing to say about royalty, nor his music, nor I don't have one royalty song on my DJ board. That's why I'm keeping it a buck saying I don't know the dude. And so I don't know, but he did do a little skit where he came on the Banda World. He's gonna be doing skits, parodies, he's gonna try to do acting, but he's gonna have to hold on to it. He can't let it go like Alvin, because then his ego is gonna get hurt. That's what's gonna hurt the most. But when you get a little warehouse in the warehouse district, that ain't expensive. All he's doing is renting a room. You know. Damn, I'm late. Brett Martinez, watch the rematch. Brown man. All right, then, gente. I'm out. I'll catch you guys. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.